Passing the CKAD exam is tough because you can't really rely on rote memorization alone. It's not quite straightforward to focus on commands and expect to pass the exam. You have to actually understand the concepts and components that make up Kubernetes in order to be most effective at passing the exam. But fundamentally, this will also help you in terms of what you do day to day at the job, like as a cloud engineer or site reliability engineer. So in today's video, I want to share 3 tips that help me to pass the CKAD exam and essentially understand Kubernetes. So tip number 1 is following a video course. This can be any video course that you find online. The one I did was by Manambit Code Cloud. I'll chuck a link in the description on this course. But this course essentially goes through the fundamentals of Kubernetes and everything that you need to know about CKAD. You can really choose anything you like. I found this one to be good because it has like hands-on labs in between every few lectures. But yeah, it doesn't really matter as long as you find something that has good reviews and reputation. And that's really all that matters. Tip number 2 is to find a supplementary audiobook. So this is essentially something that you can listen to on walks or whilst driving on public transport. The idea is that you have your main form of learning through the video course. And this is sort of just to reaffirm some of the knowledge you're learning from the video course. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, CKAD related, but it just has to cover the concepts of Kubernetes, essentially the fundamentals of Kubernetes. The book I listened to was the Kubernetes book by Nigel Poulton. Again, it doesn't have to be the same book, but just find something that covers the core concepts of Kubernetes. So I don't really hear many people recommend this as a tip, but I found this to be like a game changer in terms of actually understanding whatever I was learning from the video course or playing with in the labs. It really cements what you're doing behind the screen, but in a way that is sort of a different mode of learning and one that you can do while just, on the way to somewhere, for example. So the last tip I had is to do exercises. Since the CKAD is very hands-on in nature, you will have to do exercises to get familiar with the Kubernetes commands that you will need to execute as part of the assessment. If you're doing Manambit's course, then there is plenty of hands-on labs along the way, but you will still need to do some additional exercises outside of that just to get that hands-on experience with the assessment style questions. So the 2 that I did was the killer shell exercises. These are known to be much harder than the actual CKAD exam. So if you can do them, then you're well on your way to being ready for the actual exam. The other one was CKAD exercises on GitHub. There's a repo with a bunch of CKAD style assessment questions on there. And I found this to be the most useful or closely resembles what was actually on the exam itself. So, anyways, this is all I had to share. 3 tips. 1 is the video course, 2, supplementary audiobook, and 3, exercises, lots of them. So, yeah, that's all I had to share. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.